Hello there, Autobots Prime here, recording in the very midst of a thunderstorm. Hopefully that won't prove to be too disruptive. Today I'm going to have a brief, I always say brief and it always ends up being 10 minutes plus, but brief look at Transformers War for Cybertron Kingdom Red Alert. To booth mode! Booth mode begins! Okay, so let's have a quick look at this guy in his box. It is actually fairly standard for Kingdom figures with the nice Kingdom artwork with the beasts and the primes and the bots and the golden disc and all of that malarkey going on there. A little bit of a sneaky Unicron. Fun times. Some more glyphs and bits and bobs. Autobot symbol. And then on the front we have some lovely art with the car mode of Red Alert and Red Alert's bot mode. He is a deluxe class, which is nice. 8+, if you're under 8. Do not play with this toy! It's a bit ageist though, isn't it? Who was 8 when they first got a Transformer? Anyone? Silly. And then we have the Ark parked on top of a hill, mountain. Ooh, thunder, scary. And then on the back we have Red Alert in all of his robot glory. 17 steps to transform. I will put that to the test later. And his vehicle mode, looking very Lamborghini, but also a little bit like his Cybertronian mode because, well, it's the same mold. Okay, so let's pop this bad guy. Pop this bad boy open. Slice. I recently did a purge of my collection and got rid of a lot of stuff, including most of my Chug figures, which included pretty much all of my War for Cybertron stuff, all of my Siege, definitely, and a fair chunk of other bits, but it has left me with lots of Autobots that I've kept as Earth mode Autobots from the cartoon was the intention, and hence why we now have Red Alert. There's his rocket launcher, and there's a rifle here. I can get this out without cutting it. Nice. Rifle. And him himself is going to use Stabby the knife. Remember kids, always cut away from yourself. Don't want to cause injury. Better still, use a pair of scissors. What I'm doing is not the most sensible way of removing a figure from its packaging. Haha! Ooh, there we go. But successful nonetheless. Oops. There we go. Inside packaging is quite nice. It's sort of the golden disc. Anyway, that's not what we're reviewing. Let's just clear all this gump out the way. Simon could probably edit this stuff out, but I'm sure he will not. Let's put the figure into shot whilst we're doing this. Oh, he looks so small there by himself. Poor little Red Alert. Okay, so let's have a quick look at the instructions. He has instructions. They show pictures of him, and they show how he is transformed. Cool. Pop that away. Right, let's have a look at this guy. Let's get him nice and close and I keep hitting the ring. Nice and close and in focus. Okay, so it's really quite solid. It's nice looking bot there. Nice red head. I like the sort of matte red paint. Here's Morgan there. That's actually looking really quite super. The white's quite bright. It's not bad. And red colour is red. Grey shins, which reminds me of the Masterpiece one. In fact, he does look quite nice. Not obviously not quite Masterpiece quality by any accounts, but yeah. So far, nice stiff joints, very stiff on the shoulders there, and the elbows also very stiff. Elbow movement, that's not too bad. So articulation wise, he's on par for sort of normal deluxe class these days. There's a little peg in between his legs, which again it's the same with all versions of this mold, which sort of stops you from being able to have his legs together without locking them, so you're always going to end up with a gap with that piece in between. It's by no means a deal breaker. There is a ankle tilt, so you can spread them, which is nice. Yeah, try not to say so much. Let's work on that. So that's it basically. He's not. If you've got any of the multitude of the sideswipe mold from War for Cybertron, then it is effectively the same mold. There's cosmetic changes, but in terms of articulation and sort of general look and feel, it's more or less exactly the same figure. Some great posability options in this guy though. You've got lots of movement in the legs, you've got lots of movement in the arms. His head's very stiff. It's a ball jointed head. You've got some movement there. Ooh, I don't know if you can see those. His eyes are really nice. So, yeah, just about. So they're sort of metallic bluey green. They look really, really cool. Impressive. Very much like that. That's very nice. That's probably a bit better there. Can't quite see what you can see. Tampos, not too bad. The Autobot symbol is a little blurry, where the line between the red and the white is very, very fine, but that could be my old eyes. So yes, accessories wise, he's got the standard War for Cybertron sideswipe launcher, which you can pop onto his shoulder or have it held as a gun. Maybe put it on the other shoulder so that handle isn't interfering. I forget which shoulder this soldier should have his gun on. And then he has his blaster, which has the port for blast effects, as per most of these figures from this line. And he has his red alerty siren light malarkey, which you can use to create the world's most brittle battle axe. Just pop that in there, like so, and you have the emergency axe, or hammer, or choppy chop chop, choppy chop chop, chop chop chop, chop 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 chop, chop choppy chop chop. Everyone do the chop chop. Yeah, so there we go. That's pretty cool. In terms of an effective weapon, using the lights of a siren as some form of melee weapon appears to be a one-hit wonder. And unless there's some sort of energy weapon, a bit like maybe a sort of lightsaber-esque, then that would be cool. But if it's a standard siren bulb, then really it's kind of useless. So yes, there he is in all of his robotic glory. He is pretty cool. Let's do some posings. Just tilt his little ankles there. Yar! Got my siren axe of doom, but I can't look at you because my rocket launcher is in the way. Let's go for the other side. Posing up a storm. Yeah, fear me. I am Red Alert! I have an axe. of doom. Yeah, okay, well that's that. So yeah, that's pretty much it for robot mode. He looks awesome. I really like that he's subtly different from the War for Cybertron Siege version. Or was it Earthrise? I forget which line he came in. I think Siege. I think it was Siege. And there's a Netflix version as well. And the... I don't know... I foolishly have sold all of my versions of this mod from Siege, so I can't compare them exactly, but I seem to recall that the front piece on Sideswipe is a bit more square, so this sort of tapered front gives him a little bit more of a less chunksome front, I feel, and I like that. It's pretty cool. So the big question is, do I now attempt to transform him live? Yeah, why not? It'll only be hilarious. Let's do that, and let's do this, and that goes in there, and that goes in there, and that goes up there, and that goes in there, and that creates some back into the car. Nice matte black on the rear not window vents. Let's get these weapons off. It'll definitely make messing up this transformation much easier. Okay, so hand go away, only partially because that's all the transformation requires. And this bit, flippy flippies. Up there, the head does not really go anywhere on this mold because it does not need to, and it's in a solid chunk of plastic which just sits there like that. So once you've got this far, you know you're cooking on gas. So let's just pop these out and all the way. I mean, if you've been buying any of these figures recently, you're going to have a version of this mold and you're going to know how to transform it. That does not for any moment mean that I'm not going to completely balls this up. Goes in there, like that, and that goes there, and then this little strut job slots into that little slot, slitty slot there. There we go. And this pops up and covers his face, just his chin. It's all you can see. All that would tell you he is actually a robot in disguise. Let's just lock that piece in. Clippy clip. Nice. And then let's just do this other arm first. All over the place with this. Why am I making noises with my mouth? I don't know. And that looks wrong. Done, yeah? No. That pops there. That pops there. Make sure those get slotted in with the little slotty bits just here. Easy peasy. And then spin around the waist. That should be it. So, how does that look? I mean, from the side, there's a couple of how much of that is me and how much of that is the transformation. Seems to be not quite even there, but it's probably me, but it's also sort of misaligned this bit, so I'm thinking likely me. I've never really liked this. You've got the nice smoothish lines at the bottom of the car, and you've got this big chunky chunk there that just sort of ruins it. But it's quite a nice, sleek silhouette. It looks like a Lamborghini. From the back end, these bits aren't quite in position. There we go, that's better. Back end looks like a Lamborghini. Again, it's not the same as an actual Lamborghini. It's not as nice, and they're nowhere near as good as a masterpiece. The wheels are quite spinny. That's good. I do like this. The paint is mostly okay. There's a few bits not quite straight there. It's not too bad. The white is really nice. It's a really good bright white. I like this. Yeah, again, I think it's just not. So it should be there, but it's not quite staying. It's probably something I haven't got quite tabbed in properly, I would imagine. Right, quickly. So the windows look very much like a Lamborghini. It's got those slotty side things that Lamborghini Countach had. The front looks, actually, from the front it looks dead sexy. Loving the red, loving the fire badge and the Autobot symbol again. I think it's my eyes, but it just looks a little bit blurry. And it's got these really nice, the same colour as his eyes, this sort of metallic-y. Oh, that caught the light well. Oh, nice. Oh, look at that. Yeah, these lovely lights there. And like a lot of these, the window is slightly ruined by the fact that it's got bits of the transformation, bits of the moulding hiding around. There's a little scratch on the windscreen there. There's a little scratch on his roof. Boo! But overall, he's a pretty nice looking car. I'm glad that I have invested in the Earth mode vehicles. I am quite impressed with these. I like them so far. I think I've got Sideswipe on order. I can't remember who he comes with. Something I don't want, I'm pretty sure. And then, oops, let's get that in there. Now here's a fire car. Fire Jeep car. Red Alert comes. Oh, sorry. Sideswipe comes with, I think, one of those bony dudes. I can't remember. And Mirage comes with Grimlock, which has also just appeared everywhere, which I don't think I've got on order anywhere, so I should probably try and snap one up quickly so that I have my Earth mode Mirage. But anyway, back to this dude. Yeah, I like his car mode. It's pretty standard stuff. A couple of paint issues aside, and that scratch, which is actually starting to bug me now. Yeah. Again, it's not a massive departure from the Siege version, but it does have enough of a difference to make it definitively an Earth mode as opposed to a Cybertronian mode. Interested to see how they incorporate Earth modes into prehistoric Earth in the cartoon. That'll be fun. So yes, this has been a slightly long-winded, short review of War for Cybertron Kingdom Red Alert. I'm now going to have a bit of a play, do some posing, maybe get Red Alert in the mix because, you know, they're best buds, and take some photos so that Simon can stick them all at the end of the video, which is going to occur just about now.
Fingers on plastic.